Chapter 3 Chicken Bone. As I step over Mrs. Gobblecracker's body on my way to breakfast, I start to worry. 100 years sounds like a long time, but wonder if 100 years go by really fast. I decide to wear my cow costume as a disguise, just in case Mrs. Gobblecracker wakes up, just to be safe. Aren't you hot in that? Asked Luke. No, yes. I don't want Mrs. Gobblecracker to recognize me. Stop talking about Mrs. Gobblecracker, screams Violet. Stop talking about Mrs. Gobblecracker, I copy her. Stop copying me. Stop copying me. When Mrs. Gobblecracker is asleep, I finally have time to hang out with Luke and Violet. I try to get Luke and Violet to laugh at me. Cereal time, I've discovered, is the best time for laughing. If I can get milk to come out my nose, they always laugh. And if my parents sleep late, I can make them laugh by saying bathroom words. But after cereal time, I have to work much harder to get their attention. If you want, you can milk me, I offer Violet. Ew, says Violet. Okay, I'll milk myself and fill up a glass for you, I offer. Get away from me, screams Violet. I follow Luke and Violet around the house. I think of ways to impress them, and Mary follows me. Can I draw a mustache on Mrs. Gobblecracker when she's asleep? Asks Mary. No, that is way too risky, I tell her. But she's snoring really loud, says Mary. I'm busy, I say, waving her away. Hey, guys, do you want to see a magic trick? See the stick in my hand, I say, and then I put my hands behind my back. Now it's in this hand. Ta-da! I'm going to pull it out. Ready? 1, 2. That is the worst trick I've ever seen, says Luke. Want to see me eat a napkin? Left hand on red. They didn't even want to see me eat a napkin. Hey guys, do you know that I can sing without opening my mouth? I'm dead serious. Listen. Can you please hum somewhere else? Says Luke. It's not humming, it's singing, I say. Wait a minute, is that sweat? Says Violet, looking up. Are you covered in sweat? She asks. Take that thing off. Nope, I say, and I fold my arms. I will not. Why do you guys have to act like such a baby? Asks Violet. And then Mom yells, Rascal, it's 100 degrees. Take that costume off right this second. I am boiling mad. I was singing and you are interrupting. I collapse onto the kitchen floor. The tile feels cool on my hot face and my tears fall on the diamond patterns in the tile. I know them well from so many of my other temper tantrums on the kitchen floor. As I'm screaming and kicking and crying, I unbutton my cow costume and I strip down to my underwear because it's way too hot to have a temper tantrum in a cow costume. Not because they told me to. And when I'm all done, I put on my bathing suit and I go outside. I find Mary asleep under a tree. Are you real sleeping or fake sleeping? I ask her. Real sleeping, she says, without opening her eyes. Now Mary doesn't even want to play. I lie in the hammock all by myself, and I think maybe Luke and Violet are right. Maybe I am a baby. I think of all the babyish things I do. I still smell my bunny, I suck my fingers to fall asleep, and I still put on my clothes inside out, and I still can't whistle. I still overflow everything I pour, and I still want to wear my nightgown all day. When I look up in the trees, though, through my tears, I see someone up there looking down at me. Who are you? I ask, rubbing my eyes, squinting into the sun. I'm your fairy godmother, says a little man, crawling down from the tree like a koala. Are you sure? I ask. You don't look like a fairy godmother. Well, I'm pretty sure, he says, but he looks kind of confused to me. The important thing is, I'm here to help you. He says his name is Mr. Nuggy and he lives in the woods. Boy, do I need some help, I say. Can you turn me into something else? I have way too many problems as a human. Sure, he says. How about a pineapple? Okay, I say, shrugging. Why not? He takes out his wand. 1, 2, 3, ta-da! I look down at my body. I don't feel like a pineapple, I say. Do I look like one? Mr. Nuggy looks at me carefully. He sniffs me and pokes me, and then sadly shakes his head no. I'm sorry. It's okay. But then I have an idea. How about a puppy, I say? Can you turn me into a puppy? Definitely, he says, jumping up excitedly. No problem at all. He's lucky I'm already good at turning into a puppy. 1, 2, 3. He waves his wand, and I drop to my hands and knees. Woof, 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 I bark and wag my tail. Mr. Nuggy looks very pleased. I turn into a puppy just in time. Where did that little girl go? She was just out here. Where did this stupid dog come from? Mrs. Gobblecracker asked Mr. Nuggy. You must be imagining things, says Mr. Nuggy. There's no girl here. I know you're up to something, Nuggy, she says. Your silly little tricks have never worked on me. Watch out, says Mr. Nuggy. This dog bites. I bark my head off at Mrs. Gobblecracker. Somebody get this dog to shut up, says Mrs. Gobblecracker. She has absolutely no idea it's me. Woof, woof, I say, which means my human days are over, and boy do I mean it. Mr. Nuggy says, I have to go now. My wife needs me home for dinner. He starts to climb back up the same tree. Woof, 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 I bark up the tree after him, which means, wait, what's your phone number? You can call me from any banana, he calls down. No numbers. And then he disappears into the summer leaves. Violet and Luke come outside to play frisbee, and I run to tell them the news. I have great news. Mrs. Gobblecracker will never find me. Really? You decided to stop acting like a baby? Asked Violet. No, I've decided to stop acting like a human, I say. Oh, brother, says Violet, don't tell me. I don't want to know. No problem, I say, because I can't talk anyways. Woof, 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 woofy, woof, 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 I say, chasing after the frisbee. What the heck is this? Beat it, says Violet. But Luke says, come here, puppy, and he pets me. What's your name, puppy? I have to think of a very good name so that Luke will be excited to play with me, and I concentrate really hard. Finally, I say my name without really opening my mouth since puppies don't talk. Chicken Bone. Your name is Chicken Bone? I nod my head yes. Woof, woof, woof. Luke looks pleased. Do you have an owner, he asks. I shake my head no, and I make my saddest puppy eyes ever. Well, he says, petting me, I can be our owner, but you have to be a good dog. Woof, woof, woof. I jump around and wag my tail, and I do somersaults to show how happy I am. It turns out Luke really wants to be a dog owner. I never knew. I have long, shaggy white fur with brown spots, and I have pink polka-dotted bow and a wet nose, and I'm very jumpy. I usually have spit on my face. Luke just can't get enough of me. He loves Chicken Bone. And that's how I became a dog named Chicken Bone, and how Mrs. Gobblecracker was left hanging around my house looking kind of bored and confused, because I guess she's waiting for me to come back. Chapter 4. If you take a dog to the doctor. Luke puts my cereal bowl for me on the floor, and I hungrily eat it up. He gives me treats, which is more cereal, and he gives me treats, which is more cereal when I do my tricks. Here are my tricks. Lie down, spin, sit. And then I chase my dad down the sidewalk as he leaves for work. Go home, dog. Give me back my leg. Woof, woof, I say, and I jump on Violet, who is still trying to get used to me. Stop licking me, she screams. Gross! Help! Rascal's licking me again. Rascal, put your tongue back in your mouth, yells my mom. At breakfast, I pick up socks with my mouth and I bring them to my owner, and I make little puppy begging sounds until he throws the sock for me to fetch. I gotta go. Be a good little dog today, my owner says. I lie on my back so you can pet my belly. Luke and Violet are going to their friend's house. If I weren't a dog, I'd be really jealous. Instead, I'm so happy that I get to stay home all day and chew on socks with Mary. But Mom surprises me with some terrible news. I have to get dressed. Put these on, says my mom, grabbing the socks from my mouth. Woof, woof, I say, which means no. Rascal, we have to go. I am not kidding, she says. You have an appointment at the doctor today. You have to have a checkup before you go back to school. Woof, woof, I tell her, and I shake my head no. I don't want to get dressed because I don't want to go anywhere. I want to stay at home in my nightgown, which is actually part of my fur. Now, yells my mom. Dogs don't get dressed. Woof. My mom says, we are in a huge rush. Let's go. But no matter how many times she says it, Dory, did you hear me? Say, we're in a rush. We have an appointment. We can't be late. It doesn't mean anything to me because I'm a dog. A woof, 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 a woof. A woof, 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 I say, which means, no thank you very much. No thank you. I'm just going to stay home and chew on socks. That dog looks so familiar. We're already on the sidewalk by the time my mom finally gets my dress over my head. I cry and have a huge fit. People walk by and stare at us. That dog sure looks ridiculous in that dress. Yuck. I hate this stupid dress. Grrr. I had planned on changing back into a girl when we got to the doctor's office, but I discovered it became impossible to change out of being a dog. I was stuck as a dog, and there was nothing I could do about it. These things just happened to me. The doctor is very smiley. She asks me lots of questions. How old are you, Dory? Woof, woof, I say. What grade are you starting? Woof. Dory, you need to answer the doctor, says my mom, who looks embarrassed. I see you like to pretend you're a puppy. You are a very cute puppy, says the doctor. What else do you like to do? Woof, 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 I say. I'm so sorry, says my mom. Dory is very imaginative, a little too imaginative. Wonderful, says the doctor, and she pets me. I want to lick her. My mom whispers to me, put your tongue back in your mouth. The doctor listens to my heartbeat, looks inside my ears, takes my blood pressure and my temperature, and makes my knees jump. I am a good little puppy for all of it. And then the doctor says she needs to check my eyes. She asks me to look at a chart, cover one eye, and say what letter she is pointing to. My mom whispers, Dory? Oh, she points to the letter E. Woof, I say. My mom whispers, Dory, if you don't say the letters, she's going to think that you can't see them, and you're going to have to get glasses, so you need to speak. I imagine myself wearing glasses, and it is very cute. What letter is this? Asks the doctor, pointing to an F. Woof, I say. My mom says, I'm so sorry. I know Dory can see just fine. Maybe we'll have to do this another day. Okay, says the doctor, no problem. There's just one more thing we need to do. And right when I least expect it, just as the doctor is saying what a very healthy little puppy I am, she is holding a needle. I try to get away, but I'm not fast enough. Ow! I scream and cry. Least expect it. What's this? Oh no. Ah! Lollipops. Then the doctor holds a basket of lollipops in front of me. You can choose one lollipop for now and one for later, says the doctor, smiling. My tears crawl right back into my eyes when I see that basket of lollipops. I choose one yellow lollipop for now, and just when the doctor least expects it, I poke that lollipop stick right in the doctor's thigh. Ouch, she says. That's a shot for you too, I say. So you can talk, she says, smiling. And then I make my angry puppy face and growl. And I say, showing her my pointy teeth. When it's time to go home, my mom puts a yellow lollipop in her purse, and I know it's gone forever. I quickly put my shoes back on. My mom doesn't even have to ask me because I can tell by the way she's breathing that I should just do it. On the way home, we pick up Luke and Violet at their friend's house, and I quietly whimper like a dog to Luke so my mom can't hear. I raise my paws and make my eyes look droopy, but my mom hears everything. Dory, that's it. I'm done. No more dog today, she snaps at me from the front seat. I pout. For a few minutes, it's quiet in the car, and then I whisper, who wants to hear how loud I can hum?